Listen carefully. That darkness you're looking at is not empty. It is not just a hole in space. It is a place where reality itself begins to break. For centuries, black holes existed only as impossible monsters hidden inside equations. Even Albert Einstein refused to believe they could truly exist. The idea was too absurd. A region of space so extreme that not even light, the fastest thing in existence, could escape. It sounded less like science and more like a mistake, a flaw in the universe. But nature does not make mistakes. It creates horrors beyond imagination. Black holes are not giant cosmic vacuum cleaners. They do not wander through space, swallowing everything around them. The truth is far stranger, far darker. A black hole is a wound in reality itself, a place where gravity becomes so powerful that space folds inward, time slows to a crawl, and the laws of physics begin to collapse. Welcome to the darkest places in existence. This is why black holes are the scariest thing in space. To understand their terror, we need to begin with death, not human death, cosmic death. Imagine a star far larger than our sun. For millions of years, it survives through balance. Fusion in its core pushes outward. Gravity pulls inward. As long as these forces remain equal, the star lives. But stars are living on borrowed time. Eventually, their fuel runs out, and when it does, gravity wins. The collapse is instant and catastrophic. The outer layers explode outward in a supernova brighter than entire galaxies. For a brief moment, the dying star becomes one of the most violent events in the universe. But at its center, something even worse is born. The core collapses endlessly inward. Atoms are crushed. Matter loses meaning. Everything is compressed into a single point of impossible density, a singularity, a place where our understanding of physics completely breaks, and surrounding it lies the event horizon, the most terrifying border in existence. This is often called the point of no return, but that phrase barely captures its horror, because the event horizon is not a wall, not a surface, not even something you can see. It is an invisible boundary where reality bends so severely that every possible future leads inward. Inside it, escape is not difficult. It is impossible. Not because your engines are too weak, but because space-time itself gives you no other direction. The universe rewrites your fate, and your only destination becomes darkness. Imagine falling toward one. At first, nothing seems unusual. The stars glitter peacefully around you. Space feels calm, silent, beautiful. Then something impossible begins to happen. Time slows. To someone watching from far away, your movements become slower and slower. Your voice stretches into deep, distorted echoes. Eventually, you appear frozen at the edge, a ghost suspended forever. Your image slowly fades into darkness. From their perspective, you never cross the event horizon. You simply stop, forever. But from your perspective, you continue falling. Normally, smoothly, you cross the boundary without even noticing. And this is where black holes become truly terrifying. Two completely different realities happen at once. To the outside universe, you are frozen in time. To yourself, time continues. Both are true. Black holes force reality into contradiction. They reveal something deeply unsettling. Time is not fixed. It bends, it stretches, and near a black hole, it breaks. But it gets worse. As you fall deeper, gravity begins pulling harder on your feet than your head. At first, the difference is small, then painful, then catastrophic. Your body stretches, bones snap, cells tear apart. You become thinner and longer, pulled into an impossible strand of matter. Scientists call this spaghettification, a strangely harmless word for one of the most horrifying deaths imaginable. You are not simply crushed, you are unraveled, thread by thread, atom by atom, until everything that once made you human is pulled apart into darkness. And yet, this is not the most terrifying part, because after crossing the event horizon, no one knows what happens next. At the singularity, our understanding ends. Einstein's equations predict infinite density. Quantum mechanics says that cannot happen. The two greatest theories in physics collapse into contradiction. And when our best understanding of reality fails, what remains? We do not know. Some scientists believe black holes contain tunnels through space-time, wormholes connecting distant regions of the universe. Others suggest something even stranger, that black holes may create entirely new universes. Imagine that. A collapsing star in one universe could trigger the birth of another. If this is true, our own universe may have begun inside a black hole. Everything you know, every galaxy, every star, every atom in your body could exist inside the interior of a black hole in another reality. It sounds impossible, yet serious physicists have considered it, because black holes force us to ask impossible questions. And then there is the information paradox. This may be the most disturbing mystery of all. Imagine carrying a book into a black hole. Inside that book is every memory, every thought, every detail of your existence. Physics says information cannot be destroyed, and yet black holes seem to erase it completely. If they truly destroy information, one of the deepest laws of reality is broken. If they don't, where does it go? Stored on the event horizon? Hidden in radiation? Scattered somewhere beyond our understanding? We still do not know, and that uncertainty is terrifying. Because it means black holes are not just objects in space, they are cracks in reality itself. Then came Stephen Hawking. In 1974, he made a discovery that changed everything. Black holes are not completely black. They slowly emit energy. Over unimaginable spans of time, they evaporate. Even these monsters eventually die, and this leads to one of the darkest visions in all of science. Picture the universe trillions of years from now. Every star has burned out. Every galaxy has gone dark. Planets are frozen. Life is gone. Only black holes remain, drifting silently through endless darkness, slowly evaporating, one by one, until the final black hole disappears. And with it, the last trace of structure in the universe is gone. Only silence remains, a cold, empty void stretching forever. But perhaps the most unsettling black hole is much closer than you think. At the center of our galaxy lies Sagittarius A star, a supermassive black hole containing 4 million suns. Every star in the Milky Way, including our own sun, orbits around it. That means we are already trapped within its gravitational kingdom. We are circling a monster, and if our solar system ever drifted too close, there would be no warning, no escape. Only the slow, inevitable pull into darkness. In 2019, humanity captured the first image of a black hole, a glowing orange ring surrounding perfect darkness. For the first time, we stared directly into one of reality's greatest mysteries. And what made that image terrifying was not what it showed, it was what it hid. At its center was absolute darkness, featureless, silent, a blank space where understanding should be. That is why black holes terrify us, not because they destroy matter, but because they destroy certainty. They remind us that there are still places in the universe where reality refuses to explain itself, places where our equations fail, where logic bends, where understanding ends. And yet, there is something strangely beautiful about them. Black holes shape galaxies, control stars, warp light into glowing halos. They are both destroyers and creators. Without them, the universe itself might look entirely different. That is the strange truth of existence. Sometimes the most terrifying things are also the most essential. So the next time you see that glowing ring surrounding darkness, remember what you are truly looking at. A place where time breaks, where space folds, where physics dies. A wound in reality itself, floating silently in the dark, waiting. Because black holes are not the scariest thing in space because they destroy worlds. They are the scariest thing in space because they reveal something far more unsettling. That the universe was never designed to make sense. And somewhere out there, beyond the reach of light, that darkness is still waiting.